Welcome to Love You Bro podcast, where I am your host, Jude Jamie. And as I do it every week, I do it with my brother, Jamie. Jamie, what's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
Hey, man, we had a great show the other night. Our guys from Maloney's invited us over here to do a show tonight, third round of the Big 12 tournament. So we're going to talk a little Big 12 basketball. We're going to talk about some of the free agency and some of the signings that the Chiefs made this week. We got Travis Kelce coming back, so we're going to talk about Travis a little bit. And then we're going to reach out to some of the people that are here to watch some of the Big 12 games. We're going to invite some people to come on, talk about their teams, talk about the Big 12, and tell us a little bit about their thoughts and what they think about what's going on this week.
Yeah, for sure. And you didn't mention Bobby Witt. Well, you're talking definitely the WBC, and the Royals are balling out.
Absolutely.
I mean, Witt, those plays he made the other night were defensively were incredible. So incredible that Aaron Judge, after the game, was like, he is one of the best, if not best player in the league.
Oh, for sure.
And he's incredible. I mean, they give him, and then the play he made behind Skeens, and Skeens turned and looked at him, and then so his fiance, right, Olivia, because everyone's like, find someone who looks like this.
Right.
So she put the meme up on there. You know, the guy that's walking one way and his girl.
Right.
She put him or herself holding hands with Paul Skeens, and then the chick that's walking by, she put Bobby Witt's face on it. It's hilarious.
Nice. That is hilarious. So, the Royals are balling out in that World Baseball Classic. Pasquatch had 3 home runs last night for Italy.
Runs. And I loved his message after the game when he was like, hey, USA, we got you. We were thinking about you. You're welcome for us getting you in. I
was gonna say, because last night, Italy's win last night, it pushed USA to move on to the next round. Correct?
Yeah. And what was crazy is that DeRosa didn't know the rules of the WBC, which is crazy.
I don't understand that. I don't understand how a coach who's coaching Team USA doesn't know the rules and not sure. In that game against Italy, if he thought we had already punched our ticket to the next round, and I don't understand how, if you're running Team USA, how do you not know the rules of the tournament you're in? I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's really crazy. And, he's been getting a ton of backlash, but, obviously Italy saved Skubal, because Skubal could pitch, but he's not going to pitch.
Skubal's not going to pitch?
He's not going to pitch again. He pitched his his game, and
right.
But he's a free agent, so that's kind of a different thing. So
of course,
obviously, and he's not signed. So I mean, he's signed this year, but he's not.
Does USA do we know who we're playing the next round?
We play Canada tomorrow night.
We'll play Canada tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so it'll be awesome. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been just been awesome, man, to have that. It's kind of the greatest time of year right now. You got all the obviously conference tournaments going on,
right?
And all that good stuff, and it's been awesome. MU lost today, but they're in the tournament. They played their way in.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's on 810 radio, it made it sound like some of those guys are going to be worried until Selection Sunday to decide whether they're going to play on Sunday.
They had Lenardi.
They had some good wins down the stretch.
Lenardi had him in, and Lenardi had him in, and I don't even think they'll be the first. They might be the last 4 in, maybe. But I think their overall schedules that'll get them in. So obviously K-State, they're in shambles. It's horrible, but I'm excited to see what the Jayhawks have tonight with TCU. In Lawrence, TCU took them to the wall. I mean, they went into overtime.
Took us to overtime.
So it'll be interesting. Arizona, I think Arizona. It's Arizona.
I'll tell you who looks good right now is Iowa State. Yes. They look really good.
Yes.
They kind of manhandled Texas Tech today, even though Texas Tech is playing, minus Toppin, who could have been a player of the year for the Big 12. Even though they played minus him today, Iowa State really looked good.
Well, and
they ran Texas Tech today. And Texas Tech's played well down the stretch.
Yeah, they have. I've said this all along to people I've talked to. It's different when you're at home. At home, people are completely different. We can speak to that firsthand. Kansas is a completely different team on the road.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see. But if Iowa State tomorrow night runs with Arizona and it's a 86-84 game and something close, then I'll be like, look out for Iowa State.
Listen, there's a lot of guys though, like a lot of commentator guys and guys that know that college game in and out, that said they think Iowa State's got a chance of winning. They said Iowa State. Their 2 picks out of the Big 12 were Iowa State and Arizona.
Yeah, I think that's. I think that's for their body of work and what they have. I think Iowa State, they've been pretty much conscious top 10 all year long.
I'm excited to see what Kansas does tonight because they played extremely well at home, but they've struggled on the road. Kansas has struggled on the road. There's no big road wins that I see all season long where they played well on the road, down the stretch, even the middle of the season. So, I don't know. I don't know what to expect on a neutral floor. I'd like to think we get to see some of what they did in Vegas when they played on a neutral floor. They played well. Darren Peterson didn't play during that time. We had Sharon Collins on Monday night, and Sharon said, man, he said, hands down, DP, best kid to ever come through Kansas.
Oh, yeah, and I think you can see that. For me, watching it early on, the game comes so easy to him, and it's, he's a true guy. That you hear this a lot. It's kind of like the 5-tool guys you'll hear, but he's a true guy for me that I've watched a ton of, or as much as he's played this year, that can score at all three levels and score at all three levels with ease.
Right.
It's really easy. He has a mid-range game that's non-existent anymore in college or the NBA.
Right.
He can, and obviously he can take it to the rack. He can finish with the best of them. He can stroke it from three, and how he shoots the three ball, it's already NBA ready. That ball's out of his hands.
Right.
It's a catch and shoot, true catch and shoot. So yeah, I'm anxious to see how they do at TCU tonight. I think they'll lay it on the line. I think that they're going to be ready to go. I think that they know that, hey, essentially, the only one that maybe come back is Badunga, but there's no guarantees he's going to come back. If I was him, I'd come back. So
hey, we want to thank Maloney's Bar and Grill for being one of our sponsors here in 2026. Man, we're doing some big things here in 2026 by going out on the road and shooting some of our podcasts. We've been fortunate and blessed to bring some of the people we brought on, some of the Chiefs players we've had on our show, some of the coaches. Like I said, having Sharon on Monday night was a lot of fun. We were at a tattoo parlor called The Remedy Tattoo and Wellness on Monday night, and Sharon Collins was getting a tattoo while we actually shot our show. So that was kind of fun on Monday. But we're gonna reach out to some of the people here in the audience, man, and kind of get a feel for their thoughts on their teams and where they're at. So two big games tonight. So Houston BYU at 6:30, and then 6 o'clock Houston BYU.
6:30, yeah.
Yep.
6:30.
And then 8:30 is KU TCU.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Houston BYU game tonight?
I think Houston beats them. I think Houston beats them pretty decent.
DeBonsa he dropped 40 the other day, man.
DeBonsa scored the most points in the first two games in Big 12 history. He's an absolute monster, and he's solidified the number one
overall, right?
Number one overall. He's an absolute dog. But BYU lost he was first team All Big 12 last year. The kid that could shoot the threes,
man.
Shoot the threes.
What's his name?
But I think it's tough. It's tough because they're going to have to go back to back. And Houston's, they're a lot. They're
Houston's because they're feisty. They've got quick hands. They're kind of all over you defensively. So Houston will probably give BYU some fits tonight. But I'm looking forward to watching Houston BYU and then taking a look at Kansas TCU.
Tomorrow night you could have. The showcase that you could have the early game Arizona Iowa State, Houston Kansas, and the nightcap. Tomorrow night, there's not a better conference or better two games you'll have anywhere in the country tomorrow night.
No, if you have Arizona Iowa State tomorrow, then you've got Kansas tomorrow night on potential game. You have four dogs tomorrow. KU Houston, and then probably Iowa State Arizona. You couldn't ask for that because that is the first game tomorrow, right? Iowa State Arizona.
Oh yeah.
That's the first one tomorrow.
They'll be first one.
So this means who's going to win tonight.
So
if you had Arizona Iowa State game 1 and then potentially Kansas and Houston game 2, man. Like you said, not a bigger semifinal here in Kansas, or not a bigger semifinal in college hoops this year.
anywhere in the country. So that's going to be it's be a lot of fun. It's like right now, it's kind of like I said, it's kind of my favorite time of year. Then you go straight into regardless of who that championship game is, if it's Kansas and it's Arizona, or if it's Arizona and Arizona, Houston, assuming we win. If we don't take care of TCU tonight, it'd be hard pressed for me to think we're going to do anything major in the tournament.
100%. Hey, listen, we want to give a shout out to our people here at Maloney's, thanking them for being one of our big sponsors here in 2026. They're one of our resident sponsors, so we'll be shooting here at Maloney's once a month. We'll post it on our website. I said go follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, follow us on YouTube. but Maloney's is one of our resident sponsors here in 2026. They have a big St. Pat's Day planned. I mean, if you're going to watch a game during the NCAA as it warms up here or when the Royals come on, they've got 56 TVs in this building. They've got the outdoor patio back here and then the rooftop.
Yeah.
So as it gets warmer, all the specials they're going to have for St. Pat's Day and then next week for the tournament.
Yeah.
There's not a better place in Kansas City to watch a game.
Absolutely not. And, we were fortunate enough to shoot here from the KU-MU football game, and we were up. The weather was nice, and it's a fantastic place. One of my favorite places to watch games. Yeah. And I'm really, really picky about where I watch games if it's not at home.
Right.
So obviously the food's phenomenal. I'm stoked to eat here tonight. As I told you, hey man, I'm stoked to eat here after this and chill and watch games. And they do a fantastic job. And so we're stoked that they're, one
of our resident sponsors, man.
Yeah.
So thank you to Maloney's Bar and Grill for inviting us to be here tonight and for being one of our resident sponsors this year in 2026. We have a lot of shows. I talked to John Miller. We were talking about some of the maybe shooting a Royals game here or during the Masters, shooting one of the days during the Masters.
Be awesome.
And then also all the World Cup stuff coming. So we're gonna have to pick a match, one of the World Cup matches where we shoot from here.
For sure.
I know we're gonna do some stuff over at KC Current. I know talking to our guys over at Sporting Kansas City, they want us to do some stuff over there. So we're just excited about 2026, man. We've been blessed. This is episode 63 that we're shooting tonight.
Yeah.
And as of January, you guys, we went over 13 million in views on our Instagram reels. So we're pretty happy with where things are going and just looking forward to the rest of 26, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's just right now in the sports world, you got everything going from the WBC, you got the NBA kind of getting down to it's starting to get kind of crunch time. The NHL, which I'm a huge NHL guy. You have that, and then you have starting selection show Sunday. That's a big day. Always one of my favorite days. See where everyone goes. You get excited. It's different than it was when we were younger, where you couldn't wait to print your brackets out. Now everything's happened so quick, but that's really cool. Can't wait for that. And then you go into the tournament, which next weekend, since I've been able to enjoy it and actually watch it, that Thursday and Friday, there's not two better days.
No, next Thursday and Friday?
Yeah, you wake up and literally from 11 in the morning to 11 at night, it's college hoops. And so what's great right now, and I've said this, why we're talking about college hoops, college basketball is as good as it's ever been. And it is, it's phenomenal. The days of having a 16 seed beat a 1 are gone.
Yeah.
And we talk about extending the tournament because there's teams there's smaller conference that get automatic bids.
Right.
But I would much rather see a team from a Power 5 conference that would be a good, intriguing basketball play each other to get into the tournament because it's so good.
This is not going to be a year where you see, like you said, a 16 beat a 1. Some of the stuff that I heard today from the NCAA, guys that were talking on A10, they were talking about this year might be the year that the tournaments play kind of the chalk. You're going to see all the higher numbers. This isn't going to be somewhere where you go and you pick your bracket this year and you pick one of those 11 or 12 Cinderellas.
No,
I don't think this is the year you're going to see that.
No, but it'll be really. It's going to be like I said, hell of a tournament. And I love. Obviously, huge sports guy, but college basketball. And I would tell you during the week when we talk, there's always a game on that there's a guy or not two guys, and it's great. Even St. Louis is fun to watch. They are super fun to watch, and they're they're a team that could make some noise in the tournament. They got Kelly Thames' son on there, who's tough, and they got the big kid with the goggles who looks like he plays playing the rec league. I should know his name, but he's tough. So yeah, it's awesome, man. I can't wait to just to take it all in, man, because there's so much to unwind. There's so much to unravel here moving forward.
Let's stay with college basketball. So I know you've been following it just because he's one of our guys. Have you been following the fact that Mark Turgeon was named the head coach at the UMKC Roos?
Yes.
The thing I love about it, bro, the more I've been seeing about here the last couple weeks, he's signing a lot of local kids that maybe would go to a bigger D1 program and not get the minutes. And he's going to these Kansas City kids and saying, you can stay in your backyard and play in a Division I program and still be able to have your family, your parents, everybody see you, but you're going to be on the floor.
Yeah.
What's the sense of going to a program where you're going to sit and not see the floor? If it was me and I was coming out, I'd rather go play for Turgeon and play for the Roos, man.
Yeah, and what's cool about it is I heard him on the radio about 2.5 weeks ago, and he talked about how challenging it's going to be, but he's here for it. And he's like, the biggest thing is obviously taking care of your backyard and getting kids out here. Just the other day, after we shot with Sharon, the big kid that he's got there signed with him.
Right. Signed the next day, right?
Yeah, next day.
On Tuesday.
So he had signed like 3 guys, and it's a process. But the fact that they're moving down to municipal, which is awesome, where they should be. They shouldn't be playing on campus at that like multi-purpose gym.
Right.
So it's awesome they're doing there. And one thing he brings instantly is credibility.
Yeah,
and
for
this
sure.
is his last move. He's not going anywhere else. If he dominates at UMKC, he's already done that. He's had success. So, it's awesome. UMKC will be fun, and hopefully in 2 or 3 years, they're playing for an opportunity to go to the to the big dance.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Turgeon to see what he does there, because like I said, he's going to be using a lot of the local kids, and I think that's a fun thing for being in your backyard. Like I said, there's numerous kids I've seen come out of high school and go get lost in a program on the West Coast, on the East Coast, because they're good enough, but then they weren't good enough to see the floor. Things happen, and they're transferring around. Now you've got a place in your backyard where if you're coming out of Kansas City and you want to see some playing time, you go play for a coach like Mark Turgeon, and you're playing right here in your backyard.
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
think there's anything cooler. There's got to be some Chiefs fans in the building today. I know there's Chiefs fans in here. Is anybody excited, or what are your guys' thoughts about bringing Travis Kelce back for year 14?
Yeah.
Are people excited about it?
TK in the building. Yeah, man, I think that's awesome. I think it's so cool on so many levels. And they've been as active as possible in free agency. They still need to do some things, and they've kind of got it right the right way. And I've listened to several people from different publications, different from the guys from ESPN, and they're kind of torn, with what we paid Walker. What we paid Walker.
I'm going to let you go with that, because I heard a couple more things today on guys that I heard on different shows. I listened to Unk's show with Unk and Ochocinco. They love the signing. People are thinking they might have spent a little bit too much, but I think with the way when you win 6 games like we did last year, you've got to go out and make some changes. And to think this is what blows my mind is Mahomes has been here. He got drafted in 17. Mahomes has been here since 18. And to think this is 2026, Mahomes has never played with a 1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah,
never.
It's
what
crazy.
does that bring to our offense?
No, it's crazy. Well, I think it's awesome, and I think they it's a lot of money they paid for him. And like I said on Monday night, they've got to utilize him like they're paying him that amount of money. If they don't, and he's this is a big thing, and this is for me personally. Keep this receipts. Do what you will with it. If they continue to run RPOs with Kenneth Walker, and they don't completely change how they run the ball with Mahomes under center. Now you have to completely get out of the shotgun.
I understand what you're saying, but I just don't think you go and spend that money on a Kenneth Walker and then all of a sudden be like, hey, we're going to continue doing these RPOs
I will say this, because if they do, it would be the beginning of the end of Andy Reid. Because if Andy Reid does not change his philosophy somewhat, and they got to be a lot more run oriented in the run. And the thing I like about Kenneth Walker,
I don't think they have to I know that they have to change their offense, and it's not like they've got to run the ball 70% of the time, but they definitely have to run it more. And I think with our offensive line, they'll run it more with Kenneth Walker. I think Kenneth Walker will make a difference. And like a lot of guys were saying, I've heard a lot of NFL guys talk about, the last 2 or 3 years, nobody's even respected our running game, so the boxes are light. Everybody's dropping 7-8 guys in the secondary.
You have the double high safeties. I mean, that's what every team does.
But now you put Kenneth Walker back there. Now all of a sudden, if you leave that light box, Kenneth Walker, he'll go for 120, 130 easily. But they cannot do that out of the RPO because they know Mahomes is never going to. I don't think they're going to. I think Bieniemy will change that. I think the RPO is dead. To me, I think the RPO will be dead this year.
Yes,
I don't think they'll run that same thing because it didn't do anything for us last year.
It hasn't done anything for us, and they continue to run it for the last 4 years. So I think it's a great thing that he's here. I think he'd bring a lot, and I think that even when he's in the game, you have to account for him. So you can't just like
Right.
you run defensive scheme against us, which people have been doing. The double high safety takes away anything deep. So I don't think you need to go 70, but I think that he needs to care. I think you almost need to be like a 50-50.
Sorry. Yeah, just go. Just put it back up there.
I think like
those 3 pieces of tape would stay back up there.
I think like it's got to be. They got to give him the rock more, and it'll be interesting to see what they do. Because they'll draft one, probably maybe 4th, 5th round, back.
I'm super excited because you go get Kenneth Walker, you sign Tonga, Aloha. All 3 of those guys were at the stadium today because I was talking to Josh Simmons, and Josh is in town, so he was doing a little bit of he was working out a little bit at the facility today, and he was there when those guys had their press conference. So saw some of those guys today. Guys are excited. Guys know that. The draft's coming up. Bro, we've got the 9th, the 29th, and the 40th pick coming up in the draft. There's just no way, to me, there's no way you miss on 9, 29, and 40. Those 3 guys have to start for us this season, no matter where they're at. I don't care if they're at wide receiver, if they're at offensive line, if they're at safety, wherever those guys are. What are your thoughts? If you were the GM and you had pick number 9, where would you don't have to say definitely the guy you would go get, but where would you go right now? If you were the GM and you had the 9 overall pick, who would you go? What position would you go for?
A few things. For starters, Stone Cold tweeted out last night about Cam Jordan. So there's a little buzz there, isn't there? There's a little buzz about Cam Jordan. There's a little buzz, and whether it's just him, doing it, but usually where there's smoke, there's fire. Just like when Jalen Watson posted the night before the trade, he tweeted out or on X, damn, everyone knew something was up. Usually there's smoke, there's fire.
Right.
So I would love for them to go get Cam Jordan. He would be great mentor for a Karlopolis.
Of course.
He'd be a great whoever they draft. He had 10.5 sacks last year.
Right.
I wouldn't consider him having 10.5 sacks again because he's 36 years, going 37. But I think that'd be a great.
He's kind of like when they brought Suggs in down the stretch.
Yes.
I'm telling, and not to change the subject, just staying on what you're talking about. When I was at the facility, right when they had signed Suggs, and it's one of those things where it was kind of one of those surreal moments because I'm sitting there and he had just come off a black SUV. He had just gotten there to the stadium, and I was like, they really brought Terrell Suggs in for this stretch run, and he was good down the stretch. He was. He didn't have to do a lot, but what he did, that leadership he brought. He was helpful in that Super Bowl run.
So back to that. So I think if you go, because right now they signed the D-back from Miami. He didn't play at all last year, but the year before, a couple years prior, he played a lot for him. So I think that's going to be the Joshua Williams role that we lost Joshua Williams. I think he's going to take on that role. And there is no more D-backs that warranted for me.
Right.
So I think it's something, whether you go get a receiver, I like Darnell Mooney. I don't think he's signed yet. I think Darnell Mooney would be a good, I think he's 27 years old, 26 years old. So I think if you go and if you go sign either a lineman, I wanted to see the guy, he went to Cincinnati, one of the guys from Minnesota, not Hargrove, but the other guy that got cut yesterday. So if you go get one, so I think at 9, you've got what you can in free agency, so you can pick the best player available. And the kid from LSU, the cornerback, he kind of fits the bill as Spags. So if he's there, I think you take him.
So do you get a corner at 9? Do you get a cornerback at 9?
I think you. If not, I mean, once again, you can't go wrong with the receiver.
Right.
Carnell Tate's there. You take him. It just really it sees how it plays out and how it goes. So I think it's either receiver, a defensive end, or it's a corner. I mean, or if the Caleb Downs kid's there from Ohio State, I think you draft him. What's crazy is, and we haven't even touched on it yet, but talking about NFL is the whole Crosby deal. That shit was wild.
So the Max Crosby deal, that's our little nephew over here, Mr. Casillas. What do you think about that Max Crosby deal, brother? Not good. Was it? No bueno. He didn't pass that physical.
Yeah, but so the thing about it is, and it's wrong. Baltimore, they were pretty. That was pretty shitty on their end.
But how can you say that though? He didn't pass his physical.
Well,
I wouldn't give 2 first-round draft picks for a guy that didn't pass his physical.
Well,
there's no way.
But everyone in the NFL, just like everyone knows, Tyreek Hill would not pass a physical right now.
Right.
Max Crosby was on crutches 3 days ago.
Right.
They never said he was going to be ready today because it doesn't matter what that man does right now.
Right.
And so that was an issue. However, what it leaks into is what they said they can go get Trey Hendrickson and keep their picks.
Of course.
Because they knew everyone knew Crosby was going to. If you ask Brett Veach behind closed doors, he's like, oh, Crosby's not going to pass a physical right now. He's not, but he's going to be there. But everything, and so the good thing about it is the Raiders went out and signed a bunch of dudes. They could honor those contracts.
Right.
The Raiders are going to be better with Crosby. And, I've said this for a long time. He's one of my favorite players in the league.
Oh, for sure. Love Max
Crosby. You know what?
Love
he handled it when he came out and said, you know what? I've been sober for 6 years. It's God's will to have I'm supposed to be where I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
And he's going to beat the Raiders. But that was just crazy. And it's, they got out of it. And it's, we've really ever seen anything of that magnitude go down like that. But everything's happened for a reason. It's still, it's great now because everyone's where they're supposed to be. There's signings that are trickling in. There might be a trade or two draft night. They won't be anything that's taken this year, but it'll be something next year. But there's guys that might play their way out.
I want to see anybody that's in the crowd tonight that's here at Maloney's. Is there anybody here that would want Tyreek Hill back in a Chiefs uniform? Anybody? Yes. Is there anybody that would want Tyreek Hill back?
No.
See, I don't think so. I don't think we want the baggage, do we? He's got a bum knee, and now he's got this baggage. I think there's way better choices to pick than Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill served his purpose.
Yeah.
Way too expensive. There you go. I love that too.
Yeah, and that will be, to me, it'll be like interesting to see. Well, because he's kind of in the category of he's not going to demand a lot this year. He's not going to demand.
Skyler, can I please get another cocktail?
He's not going to demand a lot this year with where he is.
Right.
And he's probably won't be back till week 7 or 8. But once again, it depends what they have, who they draft, and what they have.
Right.
But if you're, and once again, there's a lot. We don't know what's going to go on with Rasheed Rice.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Again, I put you in the general manager role. You're the GM of the Chiefs. Do you make a trade for Max Crosby on draft night?
I would give up the 29th pick for Max Crosby tonight, tomorrow night, and
I don't think. I mean, I would do that as well, but I don't think the Raiders will come up, considering they were supposed to get 2 number 1 draft picks.
But they are screwed now because they're now. If you're going to do it, if you're an organization, but I'll give you a 2nd and a 4th,
right,
because their hands are tied.
Of course.
There's nothing they can do.
Right,
there's nothing they can do about that. So that kind of is out the door. But I would do that in a heartbeat. I mean, dude, Max Crosby. I mean, once again, Mahomes is like that guy is the most. I mean, he has guys like Sean Payton texting him when he signed with Baltimore, like, dude, I'm glad you're out of the division. I'm glad.
Right.
I mean, he plays the game the right way, plays his ass off.
Did you see the stuff like on social media last night that Patrick Mahomes was down at the Big 12 last night, down at T-Mobile watching this Texas Tech Red Raiders? It was good to see him. It was good to see him walking, just no crutches, no anything. He was with Garrett Dieter last night and his agent down at the Big 12 tournament.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. So but for me, if you were telling me you could get Tyreek and bring Tyreek in, I would do it in a heartbeat, not even think twice about it. Right. He wants to come back here, and once again, if you were to ask Kelsey, if you were to ask Mahomes, in front of 1 million people or behind closed doors, they would say absolutely.
Right.
They would say absolutely you would bring him in. And that guy, Andy Reid, got the best out of him. He never slipped up here in Kansas City. They got rid of him because he cost a lot of money. Right. They knew they weren't going to pay him.
For sure.
But he never was – there was never anything wrong. And he has a lot to prove.
Yeah.
And it's a guy that, once again – Patrick Mahomes trusts. I don't give. He's been gone for his 3 years. Yeah. Mahomes trusts him. He's going to be where he needs to be.
Right.
So, because they're going to need help in that receiver room. That's why getting in somebody with some experience. But I don't want Juju back. I don't want Hollywood Brown back. I don't want.
No, I don't think any of those guys are coming back. But listen, let's take a break really quick, and then we're going to come right back. We're going to come right back to the set.
All right, sounds good.
Welcome back to Love You Bro Podcast. I just want to thank my guy over here at Maloney's for giving us some bins to put this up. He got tired of watching us put tape and watch our sign drop down. He felt bad for us.
He said facts.
Hey, you guys, thank you for our guys over here at Maloney's for welcoming us on here, for being one of our resident sponsors here in 2026. We're going to be shooting 1 episode a month. Please go to Love You Bro Podcast and follow us on Instagram, on YouTube, anywhere you get your podcast Apple, Spotify. But follow us on Instagram and YouTube. You'll see a lot of reels pop up during the week from our social media team. And we will be promoting when we come here to Maloney's. We'll be shooting once a month here. So I know we're going to do some stuff with the Royals. We're going to do some stuff during the World Cup, do some stuff during the Masters. So we'll be shooting some shows here. And when we come, we will also have T-shirts to hand out. So if anybody would like an extra large or double XL T-shirt, we got some Love You Bro podcast T-shirts up here. Please feel free to pop up here and grab one of our T-shirts.
Yeah, man.
XL
You
or
can never
double
go
XL.
wrong, too. Everyone needs an extra large T-shirt in their drawer, right?
Listen, man, everybody loves a T-shirt. And who doesn't want a T-shirt that says Love You Bro on it? Positive energy on the front of those things.
Absolutely.
So listen, guys, is there anybody here tonight that's ready to watch some Big 12 basketball? Is there any teams in particular that are here to watch here? I ain't paying attention, but
no, I think they're too busy grubbing, which I would be too.
I think everybody's grubbing and watching. Okay, so our 6 o'clock game here in the Big 12 is BYU and Houston, 6 o'clock.
DeBonza.
DeBonza. So he dropped 40 the other night. Is that correct?
Yeah, he was filthy, absolutely
Man.
filthy. But, you know what's awesome is that that whole freshman class, it bums me out about the kid from Carolina. That sucks, man. I feel bad for him. Because Wilson's tough, man.
Right.
He's dirty. So, but the class, that freshman class has been with Koa Pete, obviously DeBonza,
Right.
The Boozer twins.
a lot of great freshmen.
They're saying the draft class next year could be one of the best draft classes in the history of the NBA.
I mean, it's going to be all it's going to be all freshmen. That's the first 7, 8, 9 picks, right? That'll be coming out.
Yep, absolutely. So
We just want to say thank you to our gracious host, Skylar, tonight for serving drinks and taking care of Love You Real podcast. So, Skylar, thank you for making sure that we have plenty of beverages in front of us tonight.
Yes. So, yeah, I can't wait, man. It's going to be a great night of basketball. And then, hopefully Hawks advance. So we play tomorrow night.
Yeah.
It's a big night. I'm actually going down tomorrow night.
You're going to go down tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm going down with.
Did you forget my invite?
I got it in there. There's my guy right there walking in. Vinny Ross, ladies and gentlemen.
Vinny Ross.
Vinny Ross, ladies and gentlemen.
Executive chef at. He's over at. I'm forgetting
See,
now.
that's why, Vinny.
I'm forgetting right now where Vinny
La
Ross
Bodega.
is. Where is he? He's at Vinny Ross, the executive chef at La Bodega. Thanks for joining us tonight, Vinny.
Yeah. Vinny Ross, ladies and gentlemen. Vinny Ross, ladies and gentlemen.
Is there anybody in this Maloney's crowd that would like an extra large or a double XL Love You Bro podcast T-shirt? We got some Love You Bro T-shirts up here in case anybody would like one.
Hey, real quick, let's finish up here before these games start. So you got right now. I mean, as far as like predictions.
So we got BYU and Houston. I'm going to go with Houston tonight. I think Houston defensively they're going to give fits to BYU. I think, so if you're Kelvin Sampson though, you're probably telling your guys DeBonza's going to get his 30. We just got to shut everybody else down, correct?
Oh, they'll run box and 1, triangle and 2. They'll follow him around. He's still going to score, but yeah, you make the other guys beat you. But it's going to be fun to watch, man. We got 2 of them starting right here. You got Florida State, Duke. Duke's another one of those squads they do everything. The boosters they're nasty. They're filthy. But
let's talk a little high school basketball here for a minute because we have a couple local Kansas kids that are coaching some high school teams here in Kansas City. You've got Rockers High School who's sitting at 25-1, and then you've got Sharon Collins who's over at coaching Oak Park. Billy Thomas coaching Rockers Hawklets, and then Sharon Collins coaching Oak Park.
That's my guy.
I think the way Sharon Collins was talking is if Oak Park and Rockers both win this weekend, they will meet in the Final Four. Do we know where the state championship is? Do we know? It used to be Columbia back in the day.
No, I don't think it's in Columbia. I'm not sure where it is. But, yeah, I mean, obviously root for both of those squads, and hopefully they do well. Congratulations, speaking of local, of Keegan, that he was Big Ten Player of the Year.
Keaton Wagler, man. Keaton Wagler. You know, because I hear a few weeks ago, I spent some time over there at the Victor Williams Basketball Academy, and the young man from Shawnee Mission Northwest, Keaton Wagler, has had one of those years where, you know, Victor talked about him coming out, and Victor said he would be frustrated every night because people would talk about this kid, talk about that kid, and he said he would go talk to his coaching staff and be like, I don't understand it. I don't understand why why a lot of the Power 5 schools were not liking Keaton Wagler. I mean, they're talking right now, bro. I was at Victor Williams basketball camp, and they're in the process right now of finding an agent because Keaton's going to be a lottery pick.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's. I mean, he'll be a lottery pick for sure. But I think that he flew so under the radar and kind of by nature who he is, and just quiet kid. I mean, quiet kid that can absolutely hoop. But there were so many guys, the Petersons and the DeBonzas and the Boozers that were just bigger names for longer.
Right.
That they had all these accolades. That good on Brad Underwood, because Underwood got in there and offered him.
Let's ask a question out here to the crowd at all. So, are there any Kansas fans in the building tonight? Any KU fans?
Vinny Ross.
Okay,
Vinny Ross.
So tell me right here, would you rather have Keaton Wagler from Shawnee Mission Northwest, who's at Illinois, or Darren Peterson?
Yeah.
Keaton Wagler, huh? We'd probably rather have Keaton Wagler than watching DP be injured all year. See? Yep. What's that? See, there you go.
True. Facts.
There you go. He got his money. He's been hurt all year, hasn't he? There you go. You know what? There used to be a saying back in the day: you can't make the club if you're in the tub.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that's a lot of people.
Listen, one of our boys used to say that.
That's right.
You can't make the club if you're in the tub.
Yeah.
He's missed 11 games, but listen, he's got an opportunity right now to throw this team on his back and do something down this tournament and the Big 12 tournament plus the NCAA tournament. So it'll be interesting to see. Let's talk about one more thing from the Big 12. So the game just started right now. What do we think about this floor at T-Mobile and this floor that they put down this year?
They just
put glass floor.
They put a new one. They put new one today. So it's a new.
Oh, they put a new one in today.
The one prior had the Louis Vuitton looking logos. It's where it's going. It's where the college game's going. In person, it looks awesome. They do all kinds of light up stuff. It's where it's going. And they'll work out the kinks. It's all about this new stuff.
I saw on the media though. I saw in the media they were saying that is it right that the company who built these glass floors, are they from Europe? Are they from here? Or are they from Europe?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. Are they sure?
I kept thinking someone told me they're from Europe.
And I heard
I don't know. I don't like the look of it. They said earlier today that they went when they could make the colors change, whatever, that they had the color change to wood. So Seren Petro was saying it looked a lot better this afternoon's games when they had the wood color of the floor on there.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's, and from what I hear in person, it's even better in person because when they're doing introductions, they're showing highlights on the floor, which is really cool. And then when you're shooting free throws on the opposite end, whoever's shooting free throws, it breaks down their stats, which is really cool. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I think, and it's where it's going. It's just like next year, colleges, much like the NBA, will start wearing logos on their jerseys. Wow. It's just
that's unbelievable.
Yeah, and they say now.
Can you imagine the college? It kind of bothered me first of all when I saw the NBA teams and they started having the companies that were huge sponsors for their, and they're putting sponsors' names on the uniform. Did you ever think that you would ever see a sponsor's name on an NBA jersey? Ever?
Well, I mean, you look back at look what the NFL's kind of the pillar of it. Did I ever think I'd call Arrowhead, Jihad Stadium?
Jihad Field?
Yeah, I mean, I never would think that. But so it's all about money and how you get these ADs and they meet and they're like, how can we get more money? So it's huge. And then, it's hilarious. Last night, DeBonza, he had a Red Bull. They gave him a Red Bull when he came off the court.
Who's had a Red Bull?
DeBonza.
DeBonza did?
Yeah, he's had an NIL deal with
Red Bull
since high school.
Wow.
So then it was in his press conference.
Crazy.
In his press conference, he was once again polite because they were like, "Hey, can you put that Red Bull down below?" And he's like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's not one of the Big 12 sponsors." So he politely poured it in a Gatorade cup. If I was him, I'd been like, "F you."
Man, that's crazy.
But he did
so
it.
So DeBonza had to put his Red Bull away because they're not one of the Big 12 sponsors.
Yeah. So they asked him to, and once again, he just he could have been like, "I'm do what I whatever."
Man, if they're paying me, I would have left it up top.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. So
because the Big 12 wasn't getting paid, they wanted DeBonza to put the Red Bull down.
Yeah. So he put it in the Gatorade cup and continued off it. But it's where it's going. I mean, it's where it's going. So, we started talking about the court. So I'm fine with it. I'm all about, I like change. I like, they were talking today. It's so funny because, and I love Seren. He's a fellow Shawnee Mission East grad.
Yeah, listen.
But he was talking today.
Petro said he's going to come on the show. I talked to him. I talked to him here a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So Seren's going to come on and do a show with us. Keep on.
It was so funny because he was like, what really, pisses me off, today. He's like, all these different color shoes these kids are wearing. And I'm like, oh my God, he sounds like such a boomer.
Come on, Seren, you sound like a boomer. We can't keep wearing the same, like, if you're playing for Carolina, you have to wear baby blue shoes.
And that's what he was saying. He goes,
but you know what, though? I'm old school, though. I like that, dude. I remember back in the days, you played high school ball, if you played at Shawnee Mission East, you wore the baby blue shoes. If you were playing at Shawnee Mission Northwest, you were wearing orange and black. Like, I love that stuff.
And back in the day, you played with a peach basket and shot. It's not the way it is. And there's
but do you like the way that looks of some of those guys with those shoes when they're rainbow colored?
100%. Absolutely.
What do you like about it?
Me myself, I like the creativity these guys make their shoes and help design their shoes. I think it's incredible. It's swaggy. It looks cool. And once again, it's what sells. I mean, it's like it's fine, but no one's going out right now. I've said this, and I'll stand by this. The NBA kind of runs everything, and they do it like, what I'm saying by that
from the shoes and the swag that they wear to the court and everything else.
So people 10 years ago weren't watching NFL guys walk into the locker room to see what they had on. Now it's a big thing. Now the Chiefs have their own PR department shooting when they're getting out of their car. The NBA started doing that. So all of the shoes now, every kid in the metropolitan area wants Kyrie's. They want Ant-Man. They want they want Durant's. They want, I got Sabrina's on today. Sabrina's on today. I love the color. I think it looks good. And it's where it's going. So it's what it is. Embrace it or don't embrace it. But
let's kind of reverse field a little bit here right now. I saw yesterday on the sports, they were showing that the Longs, Angie, and then what's her husband's name?
Just the Longs.
Yeah. So anyway, so the Longs, the husband and wife that have ownership in KC Current, I saw that they're making a push to bring the Women's World Cup to Kansas City, and I think that's unbelievable. What they've done over at KC Current, what they've done for women's sports, being the first team in the United States to build an all-women's facility, what they're doing to KC Current is awesome.
Yeah, and Angie and I have been friends since we were in 7th grade. She went to Mission Valley, but they are, once again, innovators. They are incredibly brilliant people. Their marketing, their stadium, their brand, it's a lifestyle.
Right.
They think bigger than like, oh, this is going to be cool. It's a lifestyle. It's great it's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal product. And if there's anyone on this planet that can bring the World Cup, it will be the Longs.
And doing that. So, we're blessed to have a company called Primetime Transportation, which is our black car company. So last week, we got a call from FIFA. So we had 11 different countries that used our black car service to tour Kansas City. So I was with the people from Argentina. And I take that back. I was with the people from England. And as we went to go tour, we were going to the different facilities. And they invited me to go on the walkthrough at the KC Current facilities. I'm telling you guys, there is nothing they missed inside that stadium.
No.
Everything they did had a purpose to it. Every suite has a purpose to it. From the railroad stuff to like the stakes on the door handles inside the suites to the liquor cabinets and stuff. They're actually tired, like the stakes you use on the iron, the tire deals to put down there at the railroad tracks.
Yeah,
those tire irons. Those are part of the deal. Everything they've got there at KC Current has a purpose, has a reason to be there. It was one of the coolest facilities.
Yeah.
And I took 4 different countries to tour KC Current's field, and they all said that pitch at KC Current was one of the nicest and best pitches that they've seen in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
And this is coming from national teams from Portugal, from England, from Argentina, from Netherlands. All 4 of those countries, the guys that they brought over that were looking at the pitches said that the current Sporting Kansas City had some of the nicest pitches they had seen in the United States.
Oh yeah, it's an unbelievable facility. We had our high school reunion there last summer, and we got to tour it, and it was the coolest thing, man. And it was the coolest thing, and not only that, the Longs and Angie going to Shine Machiniste, but Courtney Mira Conkle's her married name, but Courtney's construction company built it.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's just it's so cool, and it's amazing. We got to go through it all, and every attention to detail down in their food and beverage programs there are phenomenal. It's just a state of the art, first class, and it's a kind of proud to be in Kansas City and what we're doing and on the map, and not map just like cool for Kansas City, but globally cool,
right?
And globally moves needles, and that's relevant. So it's really cool.
I'm hoping that they have a chance. I don't know when the actual selection comes out for the Current to make that, but I know right now they're making the push to bring the Women's World Cup here, which, like I said, would be absolutely just so cool. The Royals, I know everybody's starting to get excited about the Royals. March 30th, Monday, home opener here for Kansas City. Listen, watching all these guys in the World Baseball Classic and what they're doing. Caglione hit a bomb the other day. Vinny hit 3 last night. Watching what they're doing, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I think they're going to be competitive. I think Jack Caglione has a big season this year. I think our boy who's part of our family who signed up here, who came on our show twice, Carter Jensen. Carter Jensen's going to have a big season this year. Super excited to see what Carter does, what Jack Caglione does. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
And hey, listen, our man over here, Vinny Ross, set up all of our stuff for opening day. Thanks, Vinny, for setting up opening day.
Vinny Ross, ladies and gentlemen, Vinny Ross.
Vinny Ross is in the building.
Vinny Ross.
Vinny.
Yes. No, I am too. I'm excited. I think it's going to be awesome to see what we do. Pitching staff hopefully holds up. Hopefully the pitching staff holds up. And then, our bullpen's legit. You go around the infield, you got guys solidified and locked up. So that's exciting stuff for sure. So I'll be excited to go opening day, be out there opening day. And, man, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So
I think what we're going to do is after we shut this down today, after we go ahead and shut our podcast down, I think we're planning on grabbing a table here, sticking around Maloney's and watching KU and TCU. What do we got going on score-wise over here? Looks like 13-10 Houston right now. Yep. I'm telling you, I think BYU is going to push this thing, man. I think they're going to push this thing, and right there, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the floor, bro. I'm not. As we're watching this up there, I'm not a big fan of the floor. I know it's all about advertising. It's all about more money for the big. Was that DeBonsta?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's legit. He's definitely the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah,
for
it'll
sure.
be. I think that BYU will hang with them probably to about the 10, 12-minute mark in the second half. They're going to run out of gas, but we'll see. Good game so far.
I don't know, man. But listen, BYU's big inside. DeBonsta, they've got the other 6'10" kid that's inside. A lot of good basketball down at T-Mobile right now. So I'm just trying to figure out here. So we're going to stick around here. We're going to watch KU, TCU. We're going to take a look at this BYU Houston game. Keep watching this thing to see what happens. What's going on in the ACC? Do we know what's going on in the ACC right now?
It's Dukes to lose.
It's Dukes to lose.
Yeah,
they kind of put it on North Carolina pretty good the other night, didn't they?
Yeah, but they didn't have Caleb Wilson. But Carolina beat them in.
Carolina, no Caleb Wilson.
Oh yeah, he's done.
No,
he broke his thumb. I want to say.
What?
It broke his thumb. So it wasn't the injury that kept him out late in the year. It was a new one that came back to practice.
Because he got hurt earlier in the year, right?
Yeah, later in the the year, he was
middle of the year, and then so this is a different injury.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
now Caleb Wilson's done.
Yeah.
So if we looked at it really legitimately, how many teams do we think right now legitimately have a chance at winning the national title?
I would say 8 to 10.
I would say you're probably right. I really think the NCAA tournament, like I said, and listening to guys today, it sounds like they think that most of the tournament teams are going to play to the chalk line. A lot of your favorites are going to be the ones who kind of win those games.
I think 8 to 10 legitimately can win it.
Thank you, my man. Appreciate that, Skylar. Thank you so much for keeping us with our drinks. We appreciate that.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. So let's get into watching some, man, and enjoying it. And who do you got winning the Big 12 tournament?
Big 12 tournament, I think it's Arizona's to lose. But I'm telling you, the other team that I've watched in the last couple of days, Iowa State looks good, man. I would not. It would not shock me if Iowa State beat Arizona tomorrow. It would not shock me.
You want to put a wager on that?
What's that?
You want to put a wager on that?
Do I want to put a wager? We'll put lunch on. I still owe you dinner from the NFL season.
But remember we talked about tattoo on Monday night.
So you want to pick a winner of the game, a winner of the Big 12 tournament?
Yeah.
And loser has to get a tattoo?
No, I'm talking about Iowa State, Arizona. It can be a small one, whatever. You can put
Iowa
your initials
State,
or your
Iowa
lovely
State,
wife's
Arizona.
initials. It can be just a small one, but
I don't know. I think Arizona's going to win it, but I think Iowa State will give Arizona all they want tomorrow. So they'll be the 6:00 game tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
And then 8:30 will be the nightcap. Whoever wins between these two.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I think KU gets TCU tonight. They'll have their hands full with Houston tomorrow night.
Yeah, absolutely.
And especially the fact that we beat Houston and Lawrence.
Houston will have their hands full with us tomorrow night. I mean, so yeah, there's, I've said this, I've said this before. I've seen KU play some less than satisfying basketball on the road, but I can also say they can beat anyone in the country, and they've proven that.
They can. But to me, the most disappointing thing about Kansas this year is we have no signature road games. Like usually during a season when they're going to make a run, they've had some type of signature road game where they've won a big game on the road, and I don't feel like we've done that this year. We haven't won. We haven't won a signature road game.
Yeah, I mean, I think Texas Tech, you could say, was
you know what? I'll take
with
that.
Toppin.
That's right. Okay, you know what? The Texas Tech game, we did get Texas Tech on the road. Okay,
so I think that's a
signature win on the road.
Yeah, it's a big road win. So, and the fact that neutral court. I mean, if it's neutral court, like I said, I'll play with those five, and I'll play with our coach. And this, like I said, there's not anyone. I'm like, I don't want to see them.
Do we know what the spread is tonight for KU TCU?
I'm not sure.
Four and a half.
Yeah,
I mean, because they took us to overtime. We beat them in overtime. So in Lawrence. So I mean, that's about right. 4.5. So the Hawks favored by 4.5.
Well, and TCU's won 8 in a row. I mean, they're playing good basketball, and they are. Jamie Dixon can coach, and so it's gonna be fun.
Jamie Dixon's a hell of a coach. I like him and what he's done at TCU. He's done a really good job over there. I don't know. I don't know what to expect tonight, man. I think KU gets TCU tonight.
I would
TCU's on an 8-game win streak.
Yes. If we don't win tonight, I would be, like I said, I would have no hope for anything.
Any expectation? Any expectations out of Darren Peterson tonight?
He goes for 20. I'd say he gets 25 tonight.
Woo!
I'd say he gets 25 tonight.
Co-host Jamie said Darren Peterson's good for 25 tonight against TCU. Yeah. If he goes for 25, KU wins by 10, 12 points.
Yeah, I think it's his time to showcase. I think he's kind of laid back, if you will. Everyone knows that for whatever reason, sick, hurt, whatever. But I think it's his time now. If he wants to make and wants to be the number one overall, and what DeBonce is doing, he's got to go off and ball.
I love that. Hey, listen, we want to thank Maloney's for having us, for being one of our resident sponsors this year. Thanks to all the guys at Maloney's.
Absolutely,
for like I said, for being one of our resident sponsors this year. We're going to shoot. I can't say it enough. We're going to shoot at least one podcast a month here at Maloney's. We're going to do some stuff during the Royal season, during World Cup, Masters. Excited about all the stuff. And then, we've still got the rest of the year. So we'll be doing some Chiefs games. We'll be doing some stuff during the weeks when Chiefs season rolls around. So much to be done before then. But listen, if you guys are out and about on Tuesday, they're going to be having specials all day for St. Pat's Day during the happy hour during that night. So St. Pat's Day, big day here at Maloney's. You guys, if you're going to watch any NCAA games that start next week, please come out to Maloney's next Thursday, Friday to kick the NCAA tournament off. There'll be drink specials going on. You've got 56 TVs in this building. No, there's no better place to watch games than Maloney's. We're super excited that they're part of our resident sponsorship this year.
100%, man. And I'm stoked. I'll be back for sure to watch. I mean, I said I don't go many places to watch, but this is one of my favorites in the city to watch. So I'm stoked, man. Stoked for tonight. Stoked for the rest of the weekend.
Did you see this? So I know we were here during the fall. We shot a game during KU-MU during that weekend. Did you see the little setup that they got here now that looks almost like a scoreboard in the middle of the arena with the 4 TVs.
Oh, yeah,
that
for
was
sure.
I know, but that was not here before. They had the stuff over there, but they've added those 4 TVs here that kind of looks like a little mini arena. That's
Why don't
got
you get you in a little parlay tonight? Get on that DraftKings and get a little parlay going.
There you go. Jump on DraftKings. We're listening to our production team right now. Dylan said we've got about 5 minutes before we have to kill the show. But we're good, man. And then, look, there's my beautiful wife. Thank you for being here tonight.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, there's Mr. Vinny Ross.
Mr. Vinny Ross is in the building.
That's Vinny
Executive
Ross.
chef at La Bodega.
Don't shake your head at me, Vinny. What's wrong, man? Giving you some props.
Vinny.
Yes, sir.
Is there anybody here at Maloney's? Listen, you guys, this is a great time of the year. Everybody likes free T-shirts. Does anybody want an extra large or a double XL Love You Bro podcast T-shirt? If you do, please come up and see my assistant, Jessica. She would be more than happy to get you a T-shirt.
She did not like that. She did not like that, Assistant Maloney, brother.
Miss Jessica, can you please put your hand in the air just in case anybody wants a T-shirt?
Yeah.
There we go. See, I got a gentleman over here with like a 2X. We got some Love You Bro podcast T-shirts here. If you guys wouldn't mind, if you guys would go on YouTube and please subscribe. We're adding, and it's free, but we're building our subscribers for our YouTube channel. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, anywhere you get your podcast. Apple, Spotify. All of our episodes drop on Thursday. This one will be dropping sometime before. We're gonna drop this sometime before, Dylan. We need to drop this sometime before.
Okay, so check this real quick.
Okay.
So we'll do. Yeah. So we'll go real quick. Take your team, one team, in the field of 64, in the field, and I'll do the same.
Field of 64. Field of 64. Chris, do you have a team that if we said right now we're going to put $25 in a hat, you got one team in the field to win it, who are you going to take?
College basketball.
Lacrosse. Who would you take? Arizona. Well, I got a man here in the audience that says Arizona. Anybody else? If you had one team to pick, and I was going to go on DraftKings and put $50 for a team to win it all, who would you guys pick to win the NCAA tournament this year? Everybody's got a couple
Arizona.
people. Arizona. Got to see the bracket first, and you know what? That's legit because you got to see where you get sent and who you're going to play, how that thing's going to line up. It's all about where you get seated too, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
There you go. I love that, man. I love that.
Florida.
I got a Florida in here. Duke will be there at the end when it's all said and done.
I think there's a little more challenging without their. I mean, they have 2 top-notch players that are out hurt with injury. So, I think Arizona could play at Don Bosco and they'll be there.
Listen, I'm telling you guys right now, my sleeper to win this whole thing is Iowa State. I've watched them the last couple of days. I think Iowa State will give Arizona fits tomorrow night. That's going to decide for me if Iowa State's going to make that run and make it to a Final Four. I'm expecting the Big 12. I'm expecting the Big 12 to put at least 2 teams in the Final Four. That's just my guess. I'm thinking the Big 12 puts 2 teams in the Final Four. I don't know. If Darren Peterson can wake up and decide he's not going to be hurt for a weekend and not have a hangnail, we might have a chance at him putting them on the back and making a little bit of a run.
Yeah. If I had to pick one squad I'm with, oh boy, I think Florida. My sleeper though is Illinois.
I like the Illinois sleeper. Listen, we want to wish Keaton Wagler, who's from Shawnee, played at Shawnee Mission Northwest. We want to wish him the best of luck in the tournament because that kid has gone above and beyond. I've talked to, like I said, Victor Williams at the Basketball Academy, and he is looking for an agent. Keaton he'll be a lottery pick this year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good luck to him.
One more shout out is the kid from that signed today with Washington, Ricard White. He's from Center High School.
Yes.
Center High School. So big props up to him, man.
Absolutely, man.
That's awesome. He got his second contract. He's a hell of a back. I wanted to see him come here in some capacity.
The kid out of the Center High School, right?
Yeah.
He's going to Tampa Bay. Is he going to Tampa Bay?
He was with Tampa. He was with Tampa. With Washington, but he signed
with Washington, going to Commanders.
Yeah.
Charles O'Menahue. We saw Charles sign with them. We saw Noddy sign with the Colts. Some of our guys that we've had here. Chanel, Commanders, right? Commanders.
Yep.
Listen, guys, we just want to thank Maloney's for welcoming us in for being one of our resident sponsors.
For
Guys,
sure.
please come by on Tuesday, St. Pat's Day. There'll be all types of drink specials going on. We'll see if Skylar's going to work on St. Pat's Day. I would imagine she's working. But I just want to say thank you to Maloney's for being one of our resident sponsors this year in 2026.
Amen. Absolutely,
it means a lot
man.
to us. You guys, there's no better place to watch a game during the NCAA tournament. But we will be here at least once a month. Follow us on Love You Bro Podcast. You can check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook. We'll be posting where we're shooting our shows. But we'll be at Maloney's once a month the rest of the year. So you guys, thank you so much for letting us come in. Just do a little happy hour. We will have more T-shirts and stuff to hand out through the year. If you guys are here right now, grab an X. We only have XL and double XL in our Love You Bro T-shirts, but we will be having more in the future times we come here.
Yes, sir.
Thanks to Maloney's, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Let's go tonight.
Let's go.
All right, we're out.